Okay, we are measuring accuracy, etc. here. And then for this import keras.models, import the load model here. Okay, for loading the already saved model, we have created okay models here, and I mean you have to load that okay saved model using this okay, I mean from Keras you are importing the load model, and you are importing the computer vision library, import the CV2, and you are okay importing this okay NumPy, okay, so which is used to okay, I mean treating the I mean images as arrays. Okay, there is import NumPy as okay NumPy here, and then okay, if you are importing callback again, okay, callback is a set of functions to store the internal state of the model here. What are callbacks? Like a model checkpoint here. This internal okay, I mean status of the model must also be saved. Okay, that is called a callback here. On all this, okay, I mean sklearn, okay, skitlearn, okay, I mean is the tool for okay machine learning. Okay, so we are here, okay, I mean you are classifying, okay, I mean the data here, and we have to find out the performance. Okay, so we are going for okay this metrics, okay, confusion matrix, F1 score, precision score, okay, also which are the metrics available in the machine learning, okay, and which is available in this sklearn I mean library here. Okay, so I mean we are importing all these scores, and okay, what we are doing here is that okay, I mean you're loading the VGG model. Okay, so already okay we have created the model here. So convolution VGG convolution, we have VGG 16 model. Okay, the weights are okay taken from the ImageNet data set, and include the top equal to false, and input shape is equal to 224 by 224 by 3 here. So what you are doing here is that okay, I mean the size of the input is okay this 224 by 224 by 3, and here we have this one okay parameter called include top equal to false here. So what does it mean here is that okay, we are keeping all the layers of this already available pre-trained model VGG 16. The last okay, I mean layer, that is the classification layer, must be okay, I mean removed, and then we have to include our own model here, so that we are making that model layer as false, include top equal to false here. Okay, so that is why okay, if you see here okay, I mean that last flyers, okay, if you see, if you made this as false here, and if you want to display the status of the layers in the convolution, I mean VGG 16, you see the convolution layer, spooling layer, all these layers are displayed, and the topmost okay flat, I mean that flattened layer, activation fully connected layer, and softmax layers are not I mean included here. So up to the last max pooling layer we are keeping, and the layers over the last max pooling layer, the top layers will be I mean removed, and then we are including our own, adding our own layers here. Okay, so that if you see here, I mean with this you are creating the model, sequential model, and you are adding okay the I mean to the base model you are adding the new layers. So the base model is okay VGG that 16 here, and that to that you are adding all these okay I mean models, because we are going for our own classification here. So that you are adding this flattened layer, dense layer, and then okay I mean last okay that softmax layer here, and you are generating the I mean data here, they train data generator. So image data generator, you are generating with all these parameters here. You are okay using the rescaling of the ratio 1 by 255, and you are using all this rotation angle, random angle rotation as 20, and we are shifting the width okay between from -1 to +1, and horizontal shift range is from again -1 to +1. The horizontal flip is okay, I mean you are getting the mirror image. Okay, so I mean that is flip is equal to true, and then we are okay fill mode is equal to nearest. The fill mode equal to nearest means the points outside the boundary are filled to the nearest values here. Okay, so I mean the outside boundary may not be okay, I mean sometimes lost here. So what you are doing here is that okay, the outside boundary values are filled with the nearest okay values to that okay boundary here. That is called fill mode is equal to nearest. Okay, so this is how okay you are creating the image the data set. Okay, so with the available data set, using this okay parameter settings, you are creating the data here. Okay. And okay, I mean, we are creating data, training data, and you have to create the validation data here. So if you take that data set, okay, in the, I mean, any of this, okay, I mean, deep neural networks, deep learning models here, we'll be classifying into 3 types, okay, that is 3, I mean, sets, training data, validation data, and then, okay, test data here. What is the difference between these 3? So training data, the training data is used for learning the, I mean, images, that is to fit the parameters of the classifier, okay, weights, support vectors, etc. here. Okay, that is called, okay, training data. And validation data is to tune the parameters of the, I mean, network. Okay, for example, of the that methodology. For example, if you are going for any nearest neighbor algorithm, k nearest neighbor algorithm, and then you can choose the value of k. Okay, you can alter the value of k. So that is one thing, and you can choose the number of hidden units. Okay, and then you can change the learning rate, and you can change the number of epochs. Okay, so this is, okay, validation. So you can set all these values. Okay, so this is how, okay, validation data. And the last test data is to assess the performance of the, I mean, network. Okay, you're creating the test data here. So the data set, okay, I mean, will be divided like this. Okay, training data, validation data, and the test data. Normally, it will be in the ratio from 70:15:15. Training, validation, and test, or 80:10:10, or 60:20:20. So we are, okay, I mean, distributing, okay, the data into, I mean, 3, I mean, batches here for training, validation, and then testing. Training for learning the data, and validation for setting the parameters like, okay, the number of hidden units, the learning rate, okay, and then number of epochs, etc. All this, okay. So I mean, using this for validation, and then for testing to assess the performance of the network here. And then you're generating, okay, this, so getting the, I mean, current working directory path to the, I mean, changing the current working directory path to the path specified here in os.change directory, and you're getting the, I mean, directory name, and you're, okay, I mean, this training directory and validation directory are setting, you're combining the, I mean, join the path components. Okay, so training directory, and then, okay, validation directory. Okay, you're, I mean, joining the path components here, and then so here what you're doing here is that, okay, train a generator. Okay, so from the directory, okay, you're training, okay, change the batch size according to the system here. So I mean, you're changing the training data, okay, the training data from the training directory, and according to the image size, okay, 224 by 224, and the batch size is the batch size specified. Okay, so here you are setting the batch sizes for training, validation, and okay, the image size is 224 here. So for these are random, okay, I mean, trial and error, we are changing this batch sizes. Okay, batch size is 12, and here validation size is 8 here. And then, okay, we are setting, okay, the, I mean, training data like this in the, I mean, image size of 224 by 224, and the validation, I mean, batch size for train batch size, and then the class mode is categorical. It can be categorical or, okay, binary. Okay, so here we are going for more than one classification. That is why we are having it as, okay, categorical, I mean, okay, mode here. Okay, and then it can be either categorical or, okay, it can be, I mean, binary. Okay, so that is why we are going for, I mean, categorical multi-class option here. And then the shuffle, okay, we are not going for this shuffle operation here. So if you shuffle the data, okay, for each epoch to have a different data set. Okay, so here we have made it as false. Okay, otherwise if we made it as true, each time, okay, in each epoch the data will be shuffled to create a new, okay, I mean, organization to hierarchy. Okay, so flow. Okay, that is why, okay, this having shuffling. Here, similarly, validation data is also generated using this, okay, I mean, values, initial values, batch size and then validation size, okay, image size here. And here the number of epochs, okay, is equal to 1. So save the checkpoint, okay. So at each epoch, okay, you save the checkpoint here. Here you are creating a checkpoint. So that is, okay, checkpoint is equal to model checkpoint of, you're giving the file path, and then monitoring. Okay, so here what you are going to watch is the accuracy value. So based on the this in the for checkpoint you are going to, okay, monitor the accuracy value, and verbose is equal to 1 here. So this you have to look after the some system state also here. Okay, so here if verbose is set as 1, it is, okay, silent. Okay, there is no anything here. Okay, and if it is silent value here, and if it is set as, okay, 2, okay, the program bar will be displayed. If you see, if you execute, and then if you execute the program while the program is running, the programming bar will be displayed. Okay, that is, if you set the verbose is equal to 2, program val will be displayed. And if you set the program verbose is equal to 2, it will show the epochs number of epochs. Okay, 1 by 10 or 2 by 10 or 3 by 10 here. So then, and so period is equal to number of epochs. At every epoch, you are creating the checkpoint here. Okay. So for this creating the checkpoint, okay, and the point is here you are monitoring, okay, the value, accuracy value here. Now we are compiling the model. Okay, this so model compiling. Okay, so here if you see here the model at compile, okay, that is loss is equal to categorical, okay, cross entropy. Optimizer here you are using RMS prop, okay, optimizer the learning rate, okay, 0.0001, and the metrics is accuracy. You are going to use the metrics, okay, accuracy here. And you are, okay, after compiling or training the model here. Okay, so training the model using that, okay, train generator, and the steps, number of steps per epoch is, okay, the samples divided by the batch size. If you divide the samples by the batch size, you get the number of steps per epoch. Okay, and here epochs is equal to 5. Okay, and then validation data using by using the validation generator. Again, the validation steps is going to be samples by batch size, and verbose is equal to 1, so it is silent 1 here, and callbacks is equal to checkpoint here. So you are training the model, and after that you are saving all the weights, okay, in the H5 format here, HD5 format here. This H5 shows the structured data. Okay, it shows all the weights and model in a single file here. H5 data, H5 file format will be showing, okay, will be storing all the weights and the model in a single file here. So we are saving all the weights, okay, and the model in the H5 format. Okay, and then here is where you are performing the main, that is the main part of this which is this program here, coding here. So you are loading the images. Okay, you're loading the test data from the, you see from this path. Here I have, okay, loaded the left data here. Okay, left gesture for testing. Okay, and then I have converting that into the array, and then, okay, the loading the model for, okay, predicting, and then output is to predict. Output is equal to saved model dot predict of image. This, okay, model will be predicting the labels of the data values on the basis of the trained model. Okay, so this is how it predicts, okay, for predicting the labels of the data based on the values of the trained model. Okay, here it predicts the values here, and initializing the output as output of 0 here. And if output is, you are classifying, if that output value is 0, okay, and then, okay, I have labeling it as down. Okay, and if the output value is 1, I'm classifying it as left, and if the output value is 2, I'm classifying it as front, and if output value is 3, I'm classifying it as right here. Okay, so output is taking the 4 values. Okay, max 4 values, values, okay, 0, 1, 2, and 3 here. If it is 0, okay, all the value, I mean, gestures are looking down. If it is 1, left, okay, and if it is 2, right gestures, okay, and origin gestures, and is 3 means right gestures here. So I am classifying, okay, so based on the predictions, okay, I am classifying the data here. So this is okay, the VGG16 works. So this is where, okay, we have used our application for classifying here. You see here, I mean, here I am giving the test data as left. Okay, so I mean, let me, okay, I mean, execute and see this. Let me clear this out. You see, the data given as left is classified as left. So the corresponding output, the images. So left image. This image is given as input, test data from the test data set. Okay, and then it is correctly classifying. Let me change and show you any right value here. The test data contains one test data as right. Okay, so I am changing this. Let me see whether it is okay, showing correctly. Yes, so it is right data. Okay, so it is the right posture. Origin, looking forward. Okay, so this origin. So I have okay, classified this data, I mean this images into any one of these 4 classes here. So this is VGG16, how VGG16 okay, is used for okay, classification of this gesture images here. And here I have not used any, I mean, transfer learning concept. Okay, so I have just changed only the classification layer alone. Okay, so not much transfer learning concept is used here. Only the last layer is change the classification layer here. We will go for exact, okay, that freezing concept, okay, and I will show you how this freezing concept is made use of here. So if you see here, so this is the output, okay, of this, program coding, which is 16. Now we'll go to the, transfer learning concept. Yes. So here, okay, transfer learning concept is applied here. What is the difference between this with and without a freezing here? So the same thing I have used here. And I told you what is meant by, okay, freezing. Here I have applied the concept of freezing. Freezing is the lower layers of the architecture will be made frozen, and only the higher layers will be trained, and a few more layers will be added over the last few layers for our application here. So if you see here, this is the model here. The same thing here, the with and without transfer learning. Here also okay, I have created, okay, I mean included the VGG16 model, and I included top equal to false. And if you see here, one thing I have changed here. Here that is where, okay, freezing the layers is done here. You see here, the layers are made frozen. Here, for layer in that convolution layers of -4, layer dot trainable equal to false here. So what I have done here is that, okay, the meaning here is that freeze all the layers except the last 4 layers. Okay, that is the concept. Freeze all the layers except the last 4 layers here. So here, if you see the, I mean, status of the layers, okay, all the convolution layers up to the pooling layer. So you see, except the last 4 layer, all are made false. In freezing concept here, only we are going to train the last few layers and making use of the weights from these initial layers without retraining. Only these last higher layers will be retrained. You see, without, okay, freezing, if you see the status, all are true because I have not frozen, freezed any layers. So I've used all the layers for training. So okay, check the trainable status. Okay, all the layers are true. But coming to here, if you see, I've included this line for freezing the layers, so that, okay, except I've given -4. So all the layers must be freezed except the 4 layers. So that, okay, all the 4 layers are, except only the last few layers are, okay, kept and others are made frozen here. So this is the concept of freezing. And if you want to change it as, okay, last 6 layers, okay, you make it as, okay, -6. So 6 layers will be retrained and the remaining will not be trained here. Okay, this is, okay, freezing concept here. Okay, so if you see here, okay, I have, added up to the last, okay, pooling layer, that is the last here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Totally, in this VGG16, there are 5 pooling layers, and I have, okay, blocked or freezed one up to 4th, pooling layer, and the remaining convolution layers up to the last pooling layer, I have training. Okay, so if you create the models like this, you can see the summary like this. You see, VGG16 model up to this, okay, 4th pooling layer, the number of parameters generated is, okay, 14 million values here, 14 million values here. After that, I am adding, okay, flattened layer, dense layer, dropout layer, and tense layer over these layers here. Okay, so their parameters are, okay, some 64, around some 64 lakhs. Okay, and the dense layer 1028. So totally from this last pooling layer, from this convolution layer till the last layer, the number of parameters is going to be 13 million. Okay, whereas the number of parameters generated by all these initial layers are around, okay, 7 million here. So only this 13 million, okay, parameters or trainable parameters, 7 million parameters are not trainable parameters because they are generated, okay, by this, freezed layers here. So that, okay, you can see the difference. Okay, this with freezing and without freezing. Here, without freezing, okay, all the parameters will be trainable. Okay, but here, only, this layers from this convolution layer till the last layer, okay, will be trainable. Others will not be trainable. So that the trainable parameters are, okay, only 13 million are not 21 million here. And the remaining 7 are, okay, not, trainable, non-trainable parameters here. That is the difference between freezing and non-freezing here. Okay, and then the remaining same thing here. Okay, so with the freezing, Okay, I mean, again, I have taken the same example. Okay, I've included this concept for freezing. So this concept for freezing, and I'm again, training the, executing the program. So let us see the same thing. Okay, let me give change. This is right posture. Let me give left and then check whether it is working properly. So it is displaying as left. Yes. So left figure is just for left posture is left gesture was given for testing and is correctly classifying that set as left. So you see the difference with the freezing and without freezing. So with freezing concept is working. We have applied a transfer learning and we are now reduce the number of trainable parameters so that computation is reduced, memory is reduced, power time is reduced, and then we are achieved the classification also here. So by applying that transfer learning, freezing of layers concept here, right? So similarly, we will see another concept called the feature extraction. You will go to that PPT. So freezing of layers is over. Next concept is yes. So without freezing, you see the same. Yes.
Okay, thanks. And easy
So you see here, this is without freezing, plain that is VGG16. You see all the parameters are trainable. Total parameters is 21 million. Both are trainable. All 21 are trainable here. But with the freezing, if you see here, among 21, 13 only trainable, 7 are not trainable because we have made the layers as frozen. Okay, that is the difference between they have shown the model summary here. So now the transfer learning feature extraction you see here. So feature extraction is another concept here. So deep neural networks are trained on natural images, learn similar features. So features are not specific, to our particular data set, but are general to many data sets and tasks here. Okay, so it can be transferred for learning specific data set. So what you have to do here is that you train the base network on a base data set and task, transfer the learned features to a second target network to be trained on a larger data set and target data set and task, and work if features are suitable to both a base and target tasks here. So the meaning is that you take a base model, say for example VGG16, train the base network on that base data set, that is image in a data set, and for that task here, and you get the features and then learn that, transfer that learned features to a second target network. Okay, so CNN is one network here, and you remove the top layers, that is the final classification layer, and you include your own network. Say for example, it can be another deep learning network or your machine learning network here. So here I am going to see an example, show an example. At the last layer has been replaced with the second target network decision tree. So I am taking the features from the CNN VGG16, and I'm giving this VGG16 features to decision tree for classification here. Machine learning model, decision tree for classification of these gestures here. So that is the meaning here. Okay, so you are giving it to a second target network, you see here. So what you have to do is you remove the concept is you remove the last dense layers, use the extracted features from the last max pooling layer, as an input for a shallow neural network, next neural network. And that same, okay, I mean, example I have taken, classification of edge gestures, and I have taken the base model as a VGG16 up to the last pooling layer, and the fully connected layer, the softmax layer, what I have done here is used as decision trees here. So I've combined, okay, this, I mean, CNN with the decision tree. So taking the features from CNN and giving it to decision tree for, I mean, classification. So that is transfer learning here. Okay, you can give it to another network even. Okay, so that is the concept here. So I will show this, okay, that coding here. So this is, okay, that last, okay, feature extraction concept here. So these are the codings, okay. So I have initialized the training data set, okay. I mean, all these things here, okay. I have taken the same example. So training data, testing data, everything I have taken here. And I have created the model. So using all the, I mean, layers. Okay, so I mean, up to the last max pooling layer I'm taking here. And you see where this actually, this, okay, this feature extraction is done here. You see here. You see here. So up to this all are, I mean, same here, similar. So here you see for loading the classifier, okay. So our own classifier, I'm giving the path here, okay, and then here you see for prediction, loading the decision tree classifier. You see here. Here is where, okay, I mean that, okay, this decision tree is added. You see, dt predicts is equal to decision tree classifier dot predict of flattened layer here. So you see here, yeah, that there it is predicting. Here you are, okay, adding the decision tree. So the model is tree dot decision tree classifier of criterion equal to, using the concept of Gini. Okay, so I mean we are appending, okay, the decision tree as the another network to this CNN using this I mean line here. So model equal to tree dot decision tree classifier, okay, for okay, training, I mean the classification here. So this is where, okay, I'm adding that decision tree, okay, and then I'm predicting using that, okay, decision tree here. So here I'm giving the test data here, okay, and then it is classifying. You see here, I mean I've given, okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6, I mean 6 data as classifying data set, okay, and they are correctly classified here. Okay, so down is classified as down. Okay, I mean left is classified as left here. Once again, I will execute this and show here. Yes, you see here. It's classifying the down image as down. Yes, so it is showing us down here. You see here, it is displayed as down. And then another down image is correctly classified. And left is classified as left, okay, labeled as left. Decision tree is classifying here. And left, another left image. And another right image. So, I mean, you see here, okay, I've given some 6 tested data and it's correctly that a decision tree, okay, I mean, getting the features from the CNN and correctly classifying here. So, this is how, okay, I've shown this through this coding here. So, this is where you, I mean, add the classifier, decision tree classifier, this another target network, and then you are predicting using the decision tree, I mean, classifier here. So if you see here, I've shown you two, concepts. So I mean, transfer learning concepts here, feature extraction, and then okay, I mean, freezing. I mean, let me go into that PPT. Yes. So 3 concepts using the architecture as such, okay, and then only, I mean, initializing the weights and then solving our problem, our data set, or feature extraction, okay, removing the output layer and add our own network, target network, and pass on the features to the target network, or freezing, okay, freeze some initial layers so that they are not trained again and keep only the topmost layers for training, okay, and then achieve the, I mean, solve the problem here. So 3, I mean, concepts for this transfer laying here, and I have shown you, okay, I mean, the, I mean, output also, the coding also for, I mean, okay, I mean, classifying, okay, the facial gestures. So again, these are the books for reference for deep learning and for Python deep learning Keras implementation. So these are the links here.
Madam?
Yes, sir.
Madam, the PPT is not opening.
Well, yeah. Wait, sir.
Madam.
Okay, the packers. இப்போ சார்
இல்ல மேடம் நோ மேடம்
தெரியலையா
இல்ல வரல ஓபன்
இப்போ
now loading madam yes
okay, so I have summarized, okay, so they are transfer learning concept also. So if you see here, okay, I mean, yes, okay, so 3 concepts here, architecture, using the architecture and going for a similar data set, and then extracting the features and giving to another network, and freezing some layers and keeping another remaining layers for training, retraining. And I have shown you, I have taken the same example, okay, same example, and I have shown with only VJ16 without any transfer learning, and with feature extraction and with the freezing. I have shown you the execution, okay, the implementation. I have adopted this transfer learning for classification of images using PGG16 as the base pre-trained model here. So this is the concept of this pre-trained models here. So we can use all these pre-trained models are for our application by getting the already trained weights and then features, and then so to make our work easier. So that we can concentrate only on the classification. We need not worry about all these weights and features here, because all these weights and features are already generated by this pre-trained models. We'll just add our classification layer or our own network and solve our problem. This is the aim of this pre-trained models here. Okay. So I think I have delivered to some extent the concept of, I've done some justice on this topic here. So thank you for all your I think let me conclude this session here. So if you have any doubt, you can the participants you can ask, or if you have any doubt, let me conclude. So if you want to ask anything, you can ask me before concluding, or shall we conclude? If there is any no doubt, if you don't want any interaction, we can conclude. Sir?
Yes, madam. Yes, sir. Participants, if you have any doubt, raise your questions. I think there is no doubt, no questions from audience.
Okay, sir. If there is no, I think one thing there should be understood fully, or nothing should be understood. That are the only two possibilities, I think. Okay. So I think I have done some justice, I think. Okay. So let me conclude. And I thank the participants for patient listening, and I thank the organizers and the head of the department for organizing such a wonderful online session here. Thank you for the organization also.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for wonderful session, very long session. So really, the participants. So I think the participants have got some information about this.
Because this is somewhat advanced concept. They have not got fully. All the concepts. At least they would have be now aware of this concept here.
Yes,
at least
yes,
after
yes.
listening to. Okay, so they would not have understood each and every line of this PPT, but otherwise they would have at least learned this new concept here, I think.
Okay, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. So let me quit from this session here.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, sir.